Hey guys, welcome to another video with Flash Custom Transfers brought to you by Straight Outta Content. And in today's video, we're gonna do something a little bit different. As you can see, I got a new camera angle and I'm just gonna be talking about some different products out there that look very similar to traditional DTF. So please stay tuned. If this is your first time tuning in, we are one of the largest manufacturers of DTF, not DTG, not anything else. We're one of the largest manufacturers of traditional apparel DTF as well as UV DTF. So if this is your first time tuning in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out all the other content on the channel where we talk to you guys and teach you about the world of DTF and how you can use full color transfers to expand your business and create really awesome designs with DTF. So let's go ahead, let's get into the video. Okay, so as you can see, we have multiple examples of DTF. Multiple examples, big, small, gang sheets, kind of already cut out ones, different designs, different color variants, different textures, right? This one is what we call our embroidery. As you can see right there, it looks like it's embroidered. This is what DTF can do. But what I really want to touch on is that there's a lot of fakes out there. You'll see things like DTG transfers, which is impossible because DTG is the process of a huge machine and you put the garment in the machine and then it prints directly onto the garment. It's an entirely different process. And also you have white toner printers, which white toner printers can print an image like this, but you know it's a white toner printer. And that's a thing, you can have like a white toner printer image and it'll look just like this. This is actually DTF, but you notice that this image and this image, one is on matte film, one is on like a shinier film. One is like glossy, one is not. This film is actually older. This is a cold peel, but this film is actually back when we were using our 2-head printers. Now, if you notice, if you get anything from us, it's gonna be on this matte, which it could be peeled hot or cold. I showed that in another video where I showed the boxes in which we get our film in, and on the box it says cold or hot peel. As well as this right here, as you see, these are 22 by 24 gang sheet and everything is on a matte film. If you are new to transfers, whether or not you're looking at DTF transfers, plastisol transfers, white toner transfers, or screen print transfers, companies like TKO and Supercolor, they specialize in screen print transfers, you wouldn't know the difference. So what people are doing, they're getting online and they're printing, they're maybe getting, some local sourced transfers from whatever source that they get it from, or maybe they even buy like a white toner printer and then they'll print some transfers and it'll be shiny like this. So you won't know the difference unless you actually press it. And these are being sold all throughout the industry. So I just really wanted to make a video. You notice I'm not on camera. I just wanted to make it just about the transfer. So this is a really big heads up video. There's a lot of people that we've noticed get into the industry and kind of saturate the industry. Now everybody and their mother and father and brother and sister are doing transfers. So if you're on Instagram and you see something, these are some red flags to look out for. If you're on Instagram or Facebook or something like that and you see in the title DTG transfers, just know automatically that's a red flag. Automatically that's a red flag because none of us who manufacture transfers or manufactures DTF transfers, none of us will ever put DTG in anything that we do. It just doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense to say, as we look at some awesome transfers here, it doesn't make sense to say, this is a DTG transfer and write that in multiple ads and in multiple posts. DTG transfers doesn't exist. It literally does not exist. You either have DTF transfers, screen print transfers, plastisol transfers, or white toner printer transfers, which look very similar to DTF. Those 4 products look very similar to each other. You don't have DTG transfers because you're not printing with a DTG machine, you're printing directly onto the garment. So a pair of pants, a t-shirt, a hoodie, whatever it may be, you're printing directly onto it. Hence it's called DTG, direct to garment. So it physically can't be DTF, because if it is, it can't be DTG transfer, because then that makes it DTF, which is direct to film, and this is the film. So I just want to let people know that that's flag number one. If you see the wrong name or people trying to be, overly different to separate themselves, but they don't have the equipment to actually manufacture the transfer, then just be very careful, because a lot of people are being burned. We get comments all the time of people trying local companies in their area. And unfortunately, these people are just watching our videos. A lot of people watch our videos. The analytics prove, because we've been doing this DTF thing for a very long time. So we see a lot of companies, they will remain nameless, but there's some companies out there who they did our identical stretch test video. So where we did the one with the kids, they took two guys and they stretched the t-shirt and everything, and they went outside, and I'm like, oh my God, that is directly my video. Maybe I'll show a clip, I don't know. But anyway, what I'm saying is that a lot of people, since we started out doing this heavily and really, niched out an area for ourselves within this DTF world with apparel DTF, which is this DTF, and then also with UV DTF. So where's my UV DTF transfers? Right here. This is UV DTF right here. This goes on hard surfaces. As you can see right here, this is hard, this is hard. UV DTF goes on hard surfaces. So I just want to let everybody know, please be careful of that first red flag. If the name is off, you want to really steer clear of that company. Number two, the second thing that you can check out whenever you're vetting your transfer company is to look at their online presence. How many platforms do they have, and how much content do they create showing their product? Are they just on Instagram? Are they just on TikTok? Are they only on Facebook? Do they have a solid YouTube presence? Because you can vet a lot of real companies through their YouTube presence, because YouTube, you can't lie. Either you're gonna have like 100 something subscribers and a few videos, and then you're gonna be like, if I'm a customer and I'm looking and I see a company with 30,000 subscribers, they've got a Facebook, a good website, email, plenty of videos on their channels, they're showing transparency, I'm gonna feel a lot better spending my money with that company versus a company that's just on Instagram, and then whenever I click the link in the bio, it takes me to like the most low budget website of all time. So just be very careful whenever purchasing transfers in 2023. It hasn't happened yet with UV DTF. The only thing that you're seeing saturated with UV DTF is these pre-made cup wraps. Outside of that, you're not seeing UV DTF gang sheets. Why? Because these companies aren't doing it. We're one of the only companies out here that are making UV DTF gang sheet. Point blank period, 22 by 24 or bigger. If you need bigger, just contact us. And we can go as big as we want, 22 wide, as long as the earth. If you'll pay for it, we'll print it. So just want to let people know that those are the first two things you want to look out for. What type of film the image is being printed on. Is it shiny? Because the forehead printers and stuff like that, once you get to a certain size and a certain quality, you're no longer printing with this shiny film. All of our customers haven't got film like this in a very long time. And again, this was very early in the beginning stages of our process. This was way back over a year ago when we had our store and when I printed this. But I kept it because a lot of people ask, well, how long do they last? And as you can see, it's lasting, this is over a year old. Also, it's only wrinkly like that because black has to bake at a higher temperature. You're not hearing these types of intricate details from any other DTF manufacturer on YouTube or any other platform. So like I'm telling you, behind the scenes, black bakes at a different temperature. So if you get a black DTF, and again, this is small, but a big black image like this is gonna bake at a different temperature in the oven. But the better machines allow for a smoother process, hence why the black here is a lot better and the black here is a lot better. And the film is a lot different as well. So just be careful of that, and also vet the websites and the company's social media platform whenever you're purchasing. The next thing that you wanna watch out for is be very careful of pre-made, pre-cut out images. If you're looking at a company on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and everything they have is cut perfectly square. So for this, Mr. Big B, shout out to Big B, he's a great friend of mine, really, really close friend of mine, big YouTuber out here in Houston. This is an image that we made for him a very long time ago. As you can see, man, this is almost 2 years old, 3 years old. This thing is old as almighty, but as you can see, it was printed on the old film, definitely cold peel, but it's still intact. Like, it's never gonna come off, it's never gonna separate, it's just gonna stay intact. But as you see, this is cut. Why? Because this was cut from a 22 by 24 gang sheet. So just be very, very, very careful. Again, we cut these manually to sell them individually and to put them in retail locations. But you want to be very careful whenever you're seeing something precisely cut every single time. The reason why I say that is because the only way you're going to get a perfect sheet every single time of the same image is with two options. Either with a smaller printer, so you're printing 11 by 16 or 8 by 11. I mean, not 11 by 16. You're printing, what is it, like 16, what is it, 14 by 16 or something like that, or 8 by 11 size pre-made sheets. You're running it either through a very small DTF printer or a traditional white toner printer, which is like 8 by 11 sheets. And then people print on that. Or like a 16 by 16 printer. You can get some of those small DTF printers or those at-home DTF printers, which again, if you watch some of my other videos, I do not suggest trying to start a brand, and I do not suggest purchasing those transfers, because those transfers are not coming from a commercial grade printer that is designed to run 24 hours a day, 365. If you get anything smaller than a 22 by 24, you know that your product is being printed on a, let's say, personal printer, not a commercial grade printer. And trust me, there's a vast difference in the quality of both. The way that they press, the way that how durable they are. Everything matters once you start spending $25,000+ on your printer. You get what you pay for in this industry. And if you have that type of printer with the right types of inks and you're not cutting any corners and you're maintaining your printer very well, you're gonna get an extremely high product, way better than a product of even the best at-home DTF printer. So just be very careful. If all you see the images that these people are showing is just perfectly cut out images, be very careful, because as a manufacturer, we're not cutting your image out. It takes too much time. Imagine having to cut this out, and this has already been cut. We cut 2 images out of this 22 by 24, or one, we caught one. And I think it's right here. It's in here somewhere. Where is it? I just had it. Oh, there it is. So this was right here, right? So this whole page, I only cut one out, and then this is a 22 by 24. The time it would take to cut this out and then shrink it down to ship it in a small package versus just putting it in the tube, it's just not worth it to do that. It's easier for us to just ship it in a tube or in a box to you and just keep it moving versus having to pay somebody or having to take the time to cut each image out. But I can tell you who does cut images out is those companies like a Supercolor and a TKO Transfers. And that's another thing that's what I'm gonna lead into. That's another thing that people are doing. So what people are doing is they're purchasing images, or they're drops shipping or drop selling other people's images. So they'll get your image, say you send them this Patrick Mahomes image, say you go on our website and you buy this for 99 cents, and then you send it to a company that does DTG transfers or something like that, or DTF transfers, they claim on their Instagram, and they're local to you. So you're like, great. You send them this image, they're like, yeah, sure, I'll send you 15 of them or however many that you need. You're like, great, perfect. They just go on to Supercolor or to TKO Transfers, place the order, charge you the higher price, take out their profit, and send you this image perfectly cut out. And to you, you don't know the difference. You think that you just got a DTF transfer. But if you're not getting your transfers on a roll, because all of us big manufacturers, and we know who all the other big ones are out there are, they're sending it to you on a roll. They're gonna send it, now they might have smaller size sheets. And again, with shipping and stuff like that, we don't think that it's cost effective, but to each his own, people run their businesses differently. But as far as price, we looked at a lot of the other competition. We're the only ones with a 22 by 24, $19.99 gang sheet, and we help you with your image. Other companies, if they are cheaper, they don't help you set up your gang sheet. Your gang sheet already has to be set to the max, and there's a lot of parameters. If your image quality is low, you're gonna get a piece of crap image. If you send us a piece of crap image, we will pause, email you, and let you know, hey, here's a screenshot of your image. It's really low quality. What would you like to do from here? That's the reason why our starting price is $19.99. Now, if you're a member, you get the VIP price of $16.99 per gang sheet, and you still get that support. You still get that customer service. That's the reason why our business is more of a customer service business versus, we're like the Chick-fil-A of DTF. Of course, you can go to McDonald's and get a $1 burger, right? But if your burger's messed up or your chicken sandwich is messed up, how's the customer service gonna be versus at Chick-fil-A, as soon as you are met with the great and the best customer service in the fast food industry. And that's what we try to do here at Flash Custom Transfers. And of course, at Chick-fil-A, you're gonna pay a little more, right? But you're getting top-notch quality with top-notch customer service. And the same thing applies to Flash Custom Transfer. So I just want to let you guys know that just be very careful of these things that I'm mentioning in this video. I don't want to go too long, and I'll make more videos like this. Just be very careful. You want to watch the name of the company, and if they're saying odd things, if they're saying sublimation transfers and stuff like that, we sell sublimation gang sheets, right? But a lot of people are doing these sublimation hacks and buying DTF film off of Amazon, buying the powder off of Amazon and printing on a sublimation machine, and then printing it on DTF film and then putting the powder on the back and then selling you a DTF transfer. That's bootleg and it's not real. So that's the reason why I really felt compelled to make this type of video and with the style that I'm doing it, so that we can let you know that if your transfer isn't coming like this on a 22 by 24 or bigger, on a gang sheet or bigger, chances are that company, whoever you're purchasing it from, even if it's a small company. Now, if it's a big company like TKO Transfers, Supercolor, or any other large DTF manufacturer, even though they're not a DTF manufacturer, they're still a large manufacturer. If they're a big company, I think it's like Stalls, I think they make DTF transfers. I know, what's his name? T-shirt Side Hustle, I know he has a printer, a DTF printer. We talked offline about that. So he's gonna send you the transfer, and I don't think he's even having time to cut out your image. He might, but I doubt it. But if your transfer isn't coming on a big gang sheet, right, out the gate, and it's coming like pre-cut and it's perfectly cut, chances are whatever you ordered is coming from somebody else. And you can't prove if it's an actual DTF printer printed from the highest quality. I mean, if it's a DTF printed from the highest quality printer, or if it's an at-home person with like two, $5,000 DTF machines and they're printing it like this. Or if you're getting totally tricked and it's black and it's a white toner printer and they're just telling you it's DTF transfer because that's hot right now. Nobody's looking for white toner printers, but you can print the exact same thing and your average person could not tell the difference until you pressed it on a shirt and peeled it, and then you'd be able to tell the difference. And that's what a lot of people are doing. So just be careful out there, guys. This is your boy, Straight Outta Content. Just want to give you guys some information. Again, shout out to Big B TV. Shout out to my family business. If you guys are in the upstate New York area, don't forget to check out Boxley's Services. That's actually my family business. It's our family for 60 years. We have 2 locations. My Uncle Steven, he runs it now. My grandfather is the one who started it way back in the 60s, and it's an amazing business. So I always like to show love to different companies out there. Again, if you have any questions, if you want to order transfers from us, or even if you just have questions just to get started, leave comments down below, or you can email us at ordernow@flashcustomtransfers.com. Again, ordernow@flashcustomtransfers.com. Ask us any questions. Let us know your stories of previous transfers that you bought from other companies, and did they come shiny? Did they, whenever you peel them, did they feel different? I get that a lot. A lot of people say, well, I've tried DTF and it feels like this. And then I'm like, chances are that wasn't real DTF. There's a lot of copycats out there. So also, if you already know how to purchase, head on over to flashcustomtransfers.com and check out all of our products. All right, guys, be basic. Peace.